Some of you are still out here trying to get a man to choose you just so you can finally feel like you're enough. And this is where I push back. You are already chosen, baby girl. God already said you were good enough. You just haven't agreed with him yet. And this is why, if you find yourself still feeling not enough in your love life, if you've done the healing work, maybe you even said affirmations, the journaling, and you still find yourself chasing breadcrumbs, you've been lied to about who you are. And this isn't true insecurity, it's identity confusion. And today we're ripping off the label that the world put on you and replacing it with your truth, the way God sees you. This is so personal to me and sacred to me because I went through this transformation. And what I teach and support other women is doing the same. When you were created, you were not filled with these programs that said you're not good enough, you don't matter, you're not important. You were not born insecure. You were taught to believe that you weren't enough somewhere along the way in your life. It most likely started in your childhood through different experiences from the adults around you. And then you reinforced that identity through your own participation in it of, if you don't know you're enough, you settle. You seek validation outside of you from the men. You chase the men. You settle your standards. You lower your standards because you don't see you the way God sees you. The world told you your worth depended on performance, appearance, validation, that you have to earn love. That is not what God stands for. So every wound from rejection to being cheated on confirmed the lie you already believed. And now you keep reliving it inside, even in your healing journey. And this is why you are 100% not broken. No human, I believe, was born broken. You've just been operating from false programming. If you're still chasing men who breadcrumb you, still obsessing over what he thinks, still getting triggered by ghosting, hot, cold energy, and being almost chosen, or find yourself lowering your standards with men, even though you swear you're not going to, my love, it's not because you're weak. It's because you still believe you are not good enough to receive it. That's not a confidence issue. That's a spiritual identity crisis, babe. So let's look at this. You were conceived and you were an innocent child born. And then the world started to tell you things and make you believe things about yourself that was not your truth. And as a little girl, now this is coming from the trauma therapist in me, as a little girl, you're walking around the world with a subconscious mind. There is no analytical part of your mind developed yet that can say, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense, or hold up, that's not true, or babe, that's your issue, not mine. You weren't able to push that out like that. So if you constantly heard something over and over again by the teachers in your life as a little girl, or you were traumatized in ways as a little girl, or the messaging you receive from the adults around you in your life said and made you believe, think, and feel that you weren't good enough, that you had to act a certain way, be a certain way, or do certain things in order to get approval or acceptance or love, even love. The world says you have to perform. God says you're already chosen. The world says you're too much or you're not enough. God says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. The world says you have to earn love. God says his love is the standard. So you see, you're never asking for too much from the men in your life. You're just asking from the wrong place. The moment you realign with the way God sees you, your truth of you, which is God's truth, you stop begging for crumbs. You don't need someone in your life to look at you and say, I choose you. And then you go, oh my God, so now I know I'm good enough. No. When you align with God's truth of you, the way he sees you, which is enough, whole, complete, loved, and chosen. You walk in that. And now you are turned off from men who even dare attempt to offer crumbs. You are not attracted to men who are unhealed and lack integrity. You are not interested in someone who is offering you breadcrumbs. It's a turn off. So here's what I want you to start doing to help yourself is to reclaim your truth, baby girl. So first you got to call out the bullshit, right? You got to call out the lies that I'm not enough. I have to chase. I need to prove that I'm good enough. And the way I do that is by him choosing me or him giving me attention. Those are all lies. And what I want you to do is I want you to slow down. And I want you to ask yourself, who told you that? Society, a man, your parents, your grandma, or all of the above. And then I want you to replace it with what God actually said. This is where your truth becomes, which is you are enough. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are already chosen. You are His. And then you start choosing from that identity, not from the pain. You start to remind yourself on a daily basis, talk to God. Who am I? How do you see me? Forgive yourself for things you've done in the past, because I know that was one of the biggest things I had to do for me, because when I looked at the woman I was, when I walked in a version of myself who didn't believe she was worthy, who didn't understand how God saw her and that that was her truth, I let others outside of me declare my truth. And I believe the lies. I believe what the world said, that I'm too much, that men are going to want me because of this. I'm too loud. I take up too much space because I came from a broken home. I believe lies that were told to me that I can only date men who are traumatized as me and as unhealed as me, because if I even thought I could be with a healthy man, that like threw me for a loop when I was unhealed myself, when I had the illusion that I wasn't enough. And when you start choosing the identity of how God actually sees you, love, whole, complete, enough, you date differently, babe. You expect differently and you receive differently. But you can't do that until you start replacing the lies that you've been told from the world, from the way you've lived, from what's been reflected back to you, from how you viewed you in love, you in your family, you in the world. So you're not insecure, you're not good enough, you're not broken. But as long as you keep living under an identity that isn't yours, you'll keep attracting and being attracted to men who reflect it. So I need you to know this. I am here to tell you, you are whole, worthy, and already enough. It's renewing you to know this truth. It's not about getting the man to choose you and then you know that truth. And if you're ready to break this pattern for good, and a place to start is take the love identity quiz. It's free. It'll help you understand what is the main identity you've been operating from in your love life, the one that the world gave you, not what God gave you. Or join the 7-day reset. That is below too. So you can learn how to start training your mind and your body to see yourself different. And let me walk you through this shift, because breadcrumb love is not for you. It is not good enough for you. It's not your portion.